I don't see him out there yet. Now, Darren is the young man who is trying to break the all-round record at Brigham Young University. An All-American, set out last year, Marlene, because he had shoulder surgery, a severe injury.
He had a terrible injury. I'm told that he separated his pectoralis major muscle on his shoulder right off of the bone and had to have it completely reattached.
He's number 2 in the nation in all-round. In this event he's in right now, he's leading the nation.
Darren Ells on the floor, attempting their second ball for BYU, Tony Rose.
Let's see, he has a 9.9 as his best, I think, this year in this event.
Round off back handspring, full twisting double back. Very good landing, very clean. That's what I'm told that Darren is especially noticeable. It's so outstanding about him is he has such beautiful lines and clean form. He makes everything look simple.
You could repeat that. He just makes the hard things look easy.
1.5 to a front salto immediately. Now he's showing his required flexibility and balance move.
He's just as good in the classroom as he is here, too. About a 3.9 student.
And I think that's indicative of most of these students. I would say most gymnasts are also very good students.
That's the vault score for Liz Crandall, 8.95.
Double twist, immediate punch front. Very clean.
So we just watched Darren Ells, the BYU All-American, who will be on the United States national team. He competed at Colorado Springs about a month ago and did very, very well.
As you can see from his tumbling, how clean he keeps his legs together. Very good height. His body plays completely straight while he does his double twist. Immediately punch front out, slight landing.
So again, that's Darren Ells from BYU. Compete, and right now we'll go to one of the events that's the men only. This, you got the pommel horse?
Yeah, I think pommel horse is probably the single most difficult event for men. The one that's so easy to come off on, like women's beam.
Misty Moore.
So we are watching on the pommel horse for BYU. Is this Dan Rissman? Dan Rissman for BYU.
I know that it's required on pommel horse for them to move up and down the beam, work on the leather as well as the bars, and on the pommels. To keep their body as stretched as they can to avoid any sort of bend in the legs or separation, to work on the pommels. Try to keep it clean.
He is a freshman out of Reno, Nevada, and was on the junior national team twice.
That's a pretty dismount.
You know, his high score this year on the pommel was 8.92, rounding it off. That looked like a pretty good one to me.
He seems pleased with it.
On floor, Troy Beelan.
So Rissman of Brigham Young University, only a freshman out of Reno.
You always at the dismount want to be able to come up high. He's showing some good, what they call a Thomas flare, right into a real good high handstand. And off.
Okay, that's the first performer we've watched on the pommel horse. Nad Hammond for BYU is the next performer on that particular event, or that particular unit here at the gymnastics meet. Coach, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, Mako has said that he's one to watch on this event, so see what he puts together.
Another Nevadan, but he's from Las Vegas, El Dorado High School, where he was a state champion on this particular event. Well, Rissman 9.10, that would better his best score of the year then.
He seemed like he was real happy with it.
So Hammond, again, a state champion in high school, only a freshman here at BYU. Two of BYU's top performers are not here, as was mentioned at the start. Yoshimura and Olsen, they are competing for Brazil in the Pan American Games.
I'm sure that they'll be missed.
It's interesting, though, Marlene. Coach Sakamoto said he was not too worried. He said he had a lot of depth.
You can see how easy it is to come off. You just miss that hand placement on that pommel, and there's just no edge for forgiveness. It just takes you right off.
So now, as you say, he has 30 seconds to remount. Is that correct?
I know that is in women's. I'm not.
Okay, let's check with Holly Rowe. Holly?
Mako Sakamoto, the coach of this team, has made a particular promise. He's told this team if they get to nationals this year, he will shave his head. So keep your eye out for Mako on campus in a few weeks after the Midwest Regional.
All right. Thank you, Holly. We'll have to watch for that.
On floor, Ronnie Rizzoli.
Well, Hammond completes his. Darren Elge of the pommel horse has a 9.8.
Well, I'm sure he's a little disappointed in having it buck him off there, but he finished up nicely enough.
See, in the pommel horse, Elge is 10th best in the nation. But on about any of these events, he is capable of a very high score.
Imagine he's one of the best in the nation on every event. In fact, I think he's ranked #1 on two of the events.
That's correct.
On floor and high bar, is it?
And he's #2 in the all-around. For several weeks, he was #1 in the all-around. And then a young man, I think from Ohio State, had a big meet and passed him. So there you see him, Darren Elge. We watched him on the floor exercise where he had a good performance tonight. Now he'll go to work on the pommel horse.
Will be on the floor. Utah State will move to the balance beam. BYU women will move to the...
Marlene, have you checked him? Is the shoulder injury, is he 100% now?
On the pommel for Cougars, Darren
I think they say it's about 95% there, which is saying remarkable a lot, considering it was just a little over a year ago that he completely tore it and had to have surgery and was out for the rest of the season. I'm amazed that he's where he's at.
That injury took place in the third event last year. So he missed the rest of the year and got a redshirt year out, a medical redshirt year.
There was what we call the Thomas flare, made famous by Kurt Thomas in the Olympics of 80, 76. I'm not sure which he was. He won this gold medal.
Hammond got an 8.85.
Darren Elge for the Cougars.
He felt good about that. I often just look at the gymnast's face and their teammates' reaction, and that tells me more than sometimes anything else as to how they feel about the routine.
Women,
Well, no doubt he's a crowd favorite. Here's the end of that routine from Darren Elge.
Here's these scissors. And it goes into what they call the scissors with the Thomas flare.
Please rotate to their next
into a pirouetting
BYU will be on green.
Well, that was a good dismount.
That was a beautiful
Air Force will be on the ball.
Okay, we're watching the gymnastics meet tonight at the Smith Fieldhouse in Provo, Utah. We'll pause for just a moment. Back right after this.
Pretty good about that.
My best ever.
Best ever. Now, how much is it on your mind to regain that #1 spot in the nation all around tonight?
Well, I just want to come out and be consistent. The rankings, I don't want to get too caught up in it right now. I've got a good ranking, and it'd be nice to get back on top, but I'm not too worried about it. I just want to continue to improve.
Did you have a goal for score coming into the meet tonight? Mako mentioned something about a 5.86.
That's I guess, a school record. I'd like to put a personal best up tonight. It'd be nice. It's our last home meet.
Darren Elge off to a good start with that tonight, a 9.9 and a 9.95 to go along with it. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Holly, thank you very much. So we visit with Darren Elge, the BYU All-America performer. The BYU women will be on the bars at this point.
They had to count. They lost the meet right there.
For the men, they'll be on the rings next, the BYU men's team. We're watching gymnastics at the Smith Fieldhouse. The BYU men's team, competing with Air Force tonight, now on the rings.
Now, in rings, they're required to show a strength move to a handstand, as well as swings to handstand, and then also a strength or static strength move or hold. And this would probably be one of those moves, which is probably the most difficult move, inverted planche. There he swung back to his handstand again with a double back dismount.
It takes a lot of strength to do this one, is that correct?
I would think so.
In your arms?
It's so hard to control that swinging piece of apparatus because it's not supposed to swing. Other than you're supposed to swing, but the apparatus isn't.
Well, that was Eric Blomquist for BYU.
The rings are supposed to stay virtually still. Does a very good job of holding that.
Blomquist is a senior from California, Westlake Village, California. Of course, the young man we've been watching tonight is Darren Elge, and he's coming up right here.
He is off to a great start with a 9.9 and a 9.95. I think he just wants to stay focused and keep his concentration so he can reach his goal.
His season best on this one is 9.6. As we switch again to go back to the bars for the women. Pleasant Grove.
Giant swing to a blind change. Another front giant now with a full twist into a Jaeger, which is a C to a D. She's got some bonus points right there. And she overshoot to a handstand, which is another C. She's showing some big swinging, good amplitude moves. I like this routine. Due to a double back, a very difficult dismount. That showed a lot of difficulty in combinations as well as individual skills.
Well, Kelly had a good year as a freshman last year from BYU, performing very nicely this year. And here's Darren Elge, BYU All-American Darren Elge. An All-American on the high bar as a freshman. So you're watching Darren, whose first two events tonight he's done very well. And Rose had a good one, 9.8.
That was a good score for a very good routine.
For Kelly Rose.
Ooh, right off to a kip. To a straddle L. He likes to show off his really nice lines. And you see his good toe point and straight body. Giant swing to handstand. There's the swing to hold requirement. Double somersault to a handstand. Excellent. Very difficult combination. Double twisting, double back.
Well, the crowd kind of explodes over that particular one, and I would have to join with them. That
You
was
can
a
kind
great
of see
performance.
why he's in a league of his own, can't
Yeah,
you?
you can. And using your means of judging, too. He had a big smile on his face when that one was over.
I think he's relieved. He's staying focused.
So Darren Elge, we've just seen him on the rings. Watch this dismount.
There's his double somersault to a handstand. Very difficult combination. That'll get him bonus points because he's putting such difficult moves together back to back. And here we go into this double twisting, double back. Perfectly clean, and he just nails his landing. He's got to feel great about that.
Liz
Okay.
Crandall.
That was a very shaky handspring front. Lots of power, but he just couldn't quite put it all together.
Well, the men only get one try.
Only one try, and he probably had a little bit too much energy and over-rotated it.
His high for the year on this event, let's see, 9.05.
A little bit of a leg separation on leg bend coming on. Very good deep pike. Nice stretch open, but as you can see, his shoulders were over in front of his feet when he landed, so he had to take those steps off.
Just couldn't quite hold his position. This is Darren Elge, who's having a fine night for the BYU men's team. He has a 9.65 in the vault, his best of the year. Just like our camera too, Marlene. Everybody, when he comes out, everybody's eyes switch to this young man. They want to watch him. He's good.
He's a fun one to watch. When you want to see what it's supposed to look like, you look to him.
Darren Elge for BYU. He's a Utah too. He's from Sandy.
Up for the Cougars,
Jordan High School.
Darren Elge.
He's one of the BYU gymnasts who's married. Several of the men's team are married. His wife, Stephanie.
He just did a 1.5 twisting Sukahara, I believe, in a laid-out position. Probably has a start value of a 9.8, which is as high as the man start, and then the rest is done with bonus points to reach their 10-0 potential.
Probably not exactly what he wanted, but it's pretty close.
There's a quarter on. He does a full twist plus an additional half twist. Didn't quite finish the twist. A little bit sideways, which caused them to have to take steps to regain his balance.
And there you see him, Darren Elge, who just performed in the vault for BYU. Got a 9.6, though.
He had enough virtuosity to compensate for the steps, I think.
Well, he still has the parallel bar and the high bar.
BYU Olympic Sports, the Daily Hero.
And right now,
Cody, when you start putting combinations together, round off that camping with a double twist.
the BYU men's team is on the parallel bars now. This is Travis Stoll, who's one of the two seniors on the team who received his BYU Cougar blanket as a senior tonight, out of Sacramento, California.
Glide kip to a press. That's a difficult amount, excuse me. And why we're repeating it, I'm not sure. Good. T-bars are required to show a swing through to support as well as a swing through to a hang and a two-hand release element.